is you have to live the music. You have to feel the music.
Mhm.
You can't just go up there and stand there and expect people to watch you stand there and sing. Is
Today I got to spend some time with Andy Atkins, frontman for White Noise, in his personal motorhome and even hanging out by the pool. So, Andy, tell us a little bit about, how you, well, first of all, where did you come from? Where are you from and what brought you to this tri-state area?
well, I'm originally from Columbia, South Carolina.
All right.
Actually, a little town outside of Columbia called Irmo, but most people probably don't know where that is.
Okay.
But I moved to South Florida when I was 11 years old,
Okay.
and started playing in bars and in South Florida when I was 16.
16. The bug hit you.
Yeah, wasn't very good then, but I was trying. Still trying now. Um, so I, my background is original music. Uh, I did the original music thing, as a young guy in the late '80s, early '90s, and
Yep.
trying to make it big. And obviously that didn't happen. Got to open up for a lot of great bands
Right.
over the years, um, but a lot of great festivals. Um, but that didn't work out, so I started a cover band. And in 2011, I started White Noise. I started other ones before that, but White Noise was in 2011, which is my favorite cover band I was ever in. So um, we started in South Florida, like I said, East and West Coast, and down in the Star Keys, and did pretty well. And then COVID hit,
Yep.
and my daughter, who lives on Lookout Mountain in Tennessee here.
Yep.
She lives on the Georgia side, but
Okay.
um, she got pregnant, and the bars were shut down, and COVID was going on. So we decided, okay, it's time to make a move. So I moved up here in 2020 and began my search for the right musicians for White Noise, Tennessee.
Well, he's being a little bit modest. Thank you for sharing, Andy.
Thanks.
But these guys have been very successful. Don't kid yourself. They're a big draw in the tri-state area, and I didn't realize you began playing at the age of 16. That is awesome. So this has
Yeah.
been a lifelong commitment of yours. Well,
Yeah. I mean, it's what I wanted to do.
it's a lifestyle, man, and you've went all in, and you've done really really well. Another thing I didn't realize:
Thank you.
are you a grandfather?
I am.
Awesome.
I
Well,
am.
congratulations, man.
Thanks.
What grandbaby or babies plural?
And now just one.
Just one. What's his or her name?
His name is Levi. He's
Levi.
5 years old,
All right.
and he's a wild man.
Well, that's awesome, man. That's a super cool thing to have a granddad that's a lead singer in a rock band. Doesn't get much cooler than
And
that.
not old enough to be a granddad yet. Just remember that.
Well, thank you. Okay, so you've told us a little bit about where you came from and how you got to be where you are right now. Where did the band name come from? White Noise. Tell us a little bit about
Well,
that.
the band name came from the movie Poltergeist. When the girl's sitting in front of the TV screen and the static is on the TV screen, that's called white noise. I'm sure most of you know that, and that's where the band name came from. It also came from the white noise machines that you go to sleep with because we wanted to be louder than white noise. So that's where it came from.
Well, that's cool. These guys are anything but white noise, and you're anything but background noise. So, what is it that separates you guys from all these other bands that are playing right now?
Well, we try to pick popular songs, 80s songs for the most part. We do a couple of 90s songs, um, and maybe one or two 70s, late 70s songs, maybe,
Okay.
but mostly 80s, and which I think is the best genre. our best era, excuse me, of
not going to disagree
music.
with you on that.
But we try to pick songs that were popular, but people forgot about, or just have other bands haven't gotten to yet. Um, we want to make people go, "Oh yeah, I remember that song." So that's the goal in the songs we pick. But of course, we still do some of the standards too. You know that.
We saw White Noise at the Barrel House Ballroom in Chattanooga, Tennessee, which is a pretty big venue, a full house, and we were blown away, quite honestly, Andy. We left there going, "Oh my gosh, there's hope for rock and roll. There's
That's awesome.
hope."
Thank you.
I mean, there are people out here who genuinely are doing a great job at playing these songs. And another thing that these guys do that's kind of a little different, this guy walks off stage with his mic, puts the stand there, and invites anybody to come up and sing with him. And boy, do you have a crowd that does that. Everybody thinks they can sing until they hear their voice over the PA, and then it's like, whoo, we'll let Andy do that. No, I'm joking, but he does a fantastic job engaging the crowd. People love doing that.
Well, that's my favorite part of the show. I like the crowd to sing along with me. I like to go out there and we do a song called "Love Song" from Tesla.
Oh yeah.
Um, and I like to bring the microphone, like you said, out there and set it up, and then, I'll sing the verse, and I want the crowd to come around me and sing the chorus. That's my favorite part.
Yeah, I love that.
I mean, that's my favorite part. And going back to one of the things that I think not only just sets our band apart, but sets good cover bands apart, um, is you have to live the music. You have to feel the music. Mm-hmm. You can't just go up there and stand there and expect people to watch you stand there and sing.
This is an authentic frontman. He lives it. You heard him earlier. He's dedicated his entire life to this. It comes across to the crowd. I mean, we go to a lot of rock shows. I see an awful lot of bands, and you can tell. You can tell those that are genuine and authentic, and you guys have that. There's no doubt about it.
Thank you.
Another cool thing these guys do is that if you go to one of their shows, you don't really have to worry about what they're going to play because you can determine what they play.
Yes.
These guys have, well, tell them a little bit about what you do.
Well, we didn't invent it. Package from Aunt Betty invented this app, and it's called Crowd Fuel. And go look it up if you're a musician, if you're in a band. Go look up Crowd Fuel, download that app, put your songs on there, and let the crowd pick your set list. And that's what we do. You scan a QR code on there, they pick the song, and we play it. And like I said, Package invented that, and we love it. It works great.
Well, you change the game for going to a live show because now when you go, you can determine what these guys are going to play.
It's like a live jukebox.
It's a live jukebox, and it's fascinating. It's awesome. Package did a really good job with that.
He did. And
for the most part, your entire shows are kind of determined for you, which is awesome.
Yeah, we love that because we don't have to make a set list. We love.
Okay, let's move on to the guy on the riser, the backbone of the band. The guy
David Wisnott.
David Wisnott?
Wisnott.
All
yes.
right. So tell us a little bit about David.
He is the backbone of the band. Naturally, he keeps us in time because without him, we'd be all over the place. And he's a phenomenal drummer. Great guy. Very easy to get along with. Very knowledgeable. Just overall great fit for the band. Perfect drummer for this band.
He sings too.
He does. He does. He
So
harmonizes with me well, and I depend on him, in certain parts of songs, to be there to help me out.
well, one of the things that I look for when I go to see a live show, and I think a lot of other people expect this, and that's a tight rhythm section.
Yes.
That's the drums and the bass player.
Yep.
So you got a solid drummer, does a great job, and you got this giant over here to your right on stage.
Yep.
Who are we looking at here with this hair flowing everywhere and the
Well, that's the giant Steven Tyler. No,
Steven
I kid. That's Steven Vanderberg.
Steven Vanderberg.
Yeah,
Okay.
Steve, again, super nice guy, great bass player, willing to do whatever is asked of him, and him and Dave are tight. I mean, that's what you got to have
Yep.
for a backbone in a band. You can't walk without a backbone, and that's those guys. They're solid.
Well, another thing that is super cool about is it Steve or Steven? Was it
Steve.
Steve? Is that at breaks and intermission and whatnot, he's going to make his way and work the room. He'll introduce himself.
Yep.
Thank you. Just very humble, very nice guy. And you got a special rhythm section in your band for
Yes.
sure, no doubt about it.
Yeah, all my guys are nice guys, and we all want to get along with everybody. And yeah, Steven, Dave, Terry, myself, we like to go out in the crowd, meet new people, become friends with people, see our old buddies out there, and we want everybody to have a good time. We're a family.
You know what? That's a good word.
Yeah.
There is a family there.
Yeah.
And everyone's welcome to join that
That's
family.
right.
If you go to a white noise show, by the time you leave, you're going to be one of the family. I promise you that.
That's right.
You guys do create a really good experience. And then, I always say there's a reason that there's not a lot of 80s rock bands or even really rock bands in general right now. But the big reason there's not a lot of 80s rock bands is those songs are not that easy to play, particularly on guitar, but you have a guitar player.
Terry Nunley.
Terry Nunley.
Terry is a character.
Okay.
Terry is the character of the band.
Okay.
He again, super nice guy, loves to meet people. If you come to a show, make sure you meet all of us. Terry's a phenomenal guitar player.
Yes, he is.
Terry builds his own guitars,
which is
a lot of people
crazy.
Don't know that, but he does. He's a character, and he's a super nice guy, phenomenal bass player, and I can't say enough about the three guys that I get to play with. Man. I mean, we're a family, and like James said, we want you guys to be family with us.
Well, Terry's he's a quiet guy, but I've approached him several times, and again,
it takes a minute to get Terry started, but when he gets started, you better sit down.
He loves to talk gear and guitars, which is right down my alley.
Yep.
And now, kind of the real reason that most bands don't play 80s rock is the singer. This guy can do it. I'm telling you right now. Very, very good vocals. You had referenced covering Tesla, Love Song. If you're familiar with that song, you'll understand why it's not easily covered or not often covered. He does crazy good work on it, and just really super engaging, Andy.
Thank you,
you make everyone feel welcome.
I try.
Yeah, he does, and I tell you, the rock star experience is real when you go see these guys. The fireball's flowing.
That's for sure. That is for sure.
And you just kind of have to pace yourself around them because they're real rock stars, great people, great band, and I'm just honored to be a friend, and I appreciate again so much for letting me come into your motorhome, which, like by the way, is crazy rock. Thank you, Andy. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
On a second day of filming, Andy and I were hanging out by the pool, talking band members, fun songs, and just memorable shows.
hanging out by the pool.
Hanging out by the pool. What a great day here in the tri-state area, man. Thanks again, dude, for giving me some of your time.
Thank you, man.
Played in Chattanooga last week.
Yep.
And full house there at Bud's. Unbelievable crowd. A really, really good show, man.
It was a great time.
All right, so Andy, man, you guys have had a long career. You're still going at it week in and week out. And I know you've opened up for some pretty big names. Do you want to, who are some of the big names that you guys have opened for?
Sebastian Bach, Tom Kiefer.
Oh yeah.
Jeff Tate. We did a big show in South Florida. It was Rockfest 80s in the park, and it was 18 bands, 2 big stages, and we opened up the show for it, and it was an amazing time. It was Ace Frehley, Bret Michaels, Jeff Tate, Sebastian Bach, Trickster.
Just kind of a who's who of,
yeah, man,
of real rock and roll, right?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun,
Any fun or special memory from that particular show that you're talking about?
Well, one thing that kind of surprised me was I got, so my wife and I had a flat tire on the way there, and so we were late. We pulled up, and this big, huge guy, I mean, he must have been 7 foot tall, just muscular. And he pulls up in this golf cart. I mean, he slammed on brakes, sliding. It was crazy. And he goes, "Are you Andy?" And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Get in the cart." And I said, hang on, let me get my wife. And he goes, "No, she'll be all right. We'll take care of her." So he takes me over to this huge motorhome. It must have been 48 feet long. And takes me inside. I'm standing in line, and I'm standing in line with all these famous guys, you know, Sebastian and everybody.
Right.
The only one that wasn't there really was Tom Kiefer.
Tom Kiefer of Cinderella.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this girl walks in to the camper. She says, "Has anybody seen Tom Kiefer's credentials?" Because that's what we're in there getting. Everybody's getting their credentials, you know, to be backstage and, you know, your artist credentials. And she says, "You know, has anybody seen Tom Kiefer's credentials?" You know, and nobody's seen them or anything. And, you know, so she leaves, and then about 10 minutes later, a guy walks in and he goes, "We got to find Tom Kiefer's credentials. He's not leaving his hotel room until we have his credentials." And so I'm looking at the manila folders, you know, and they got the tabs, you know, and sometimes they get stuck behind each other.
Right.
And I'm looking at mine, it says White Noise on it, and right behind ours, kind of hidden, was Tom Kiefer's. So I pointed and I said, it's right there. His folder's right there. So the guy and the girl, who are now both in the camper, grabbed me by the arm and pulled me in front of all these famous guys and moved me to the head of the line. So it was crazy, you know. So I got, you know, all these famous people looking at me like, "Who is this guy?" You know. And but you know, that was a great time, man.
That's a super funny story. So who is your rock hero? And have you ever met him or her?
Well, I kind of have two.
Two?
Yeah. So, number one, I think that Michael Sweet from the band Striper is, in my opinion, the best singer in the world. The guy can sing anything. You know, you throw the phone book in front of him and he can sing it. But I've never met him.
Okay.
I've never even seen Striper live, except on, you know, video.
Right.
And my second would be Sebastian Bach.
Oh yeah.
I think he's my favorite. Yeah, from Skid Row. He's my favorite singer. I just like the attitude that he portrays when he's singing, and again, he can sing anything. You know, whether it be a ballad or, you know, again, a really heavy tune, he can do it all.
Well, I agree with you. Nobody brings the power, the energy, the real rock and roll vibe quite like Sebastian does. Now, have you had a chance to meet him?
I have met him a few times. Opened up for him a few times. The first time I met him was at at a club in South Florida in Miami called the Button South, and he was a really cool guy, man. You know, they hadn't made it big yet; they were on the edge. You know, they just gotten signed, so it was really cool.
So, you know, sometimes we hear, you know, you don't want to meet your hero, but that's not the case at all for you, was it?
No, and you know, I feel like sometimes Sebastian gets a bad rap, you know, because he's got an ego. Well, of course he does. I mean, he's Sebastian Bach, you know. So, you know, when you sit down and you actually have a conversation with him, he's a nice guy.
Well, I love that. That's very cool. I've never had a chance to meet him. I've admired him all these years. I've seen those guys back in the day live, but yeah, I admire him an awful lot too. Great rock star.
He's just like everybody else, you know. You have a different persona on stage than you do off stage, you know. So, you know, so sometimes he has to be the ego guy, and sometimes he's just the down to earth.
Well, you're kind
nice
of that
guy.
way. I mean, you're very calm and quiet off stage. You put you on stage, and you're just like, you light up. And you bring the crowd to their feet, and do a really good job of that.
I try to pretend to be a real rock guy on stage.
You're not pretending. You're legit. That's a great story.
Thank you, buddy.
Well, hey man, is there a particular song during your shows that, I don't know, maybe gets people off their feet or maybe even surprises people?
Well, I would say, as far as gets people off their feet, I'd say there's probably 3 songs.
Okay. What are
And it
these?
depends on the crowd and the night and who's actually standing in front of us when we're playing. We do a Motley Crue song, Live Wire, off their first album.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes that gets people going. And then there's the other 2 songs are kind of surprising to me. We do a song from Greg Kinn, who it's called the Breakup Song. If you haven't heard it, go check it out. It's a great tune. But surprisingly, that song, not being the hair metal rock, you know, that we typically play, gets people going. And then we have to do Lars Hansen, the sound guy from Embedded. We have to do his favorite song. And
what is that?
It's a song from Tiffany, but actually she did not write the song.
Okay.
And you have to ask my bass player, because I can never remember
who wrote it. But Tiffany the pop star, right?
Yeah, Tiffany the pop star is the one, in my opinion, that made it famous. And we kind of do a rocked up version of I Think I'm Alone Now. You know, and we kind of tease everybody about taking them back to the mall, because she used to perform in the mall, you know. So that one gets people going sometimes too.
Fantastic story, and definitely a shocker, no doubt. I've heard you guys play that.
Yeah.
The moment you light into that first riff, you kind of rock it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But we're like, the crowd is like, okay, hold on.
Yeah, at first they kind of look at you like you got a third eye.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. That's awesome. So your sound man, Brandon.
Yes.
Like I always say in the band that there's probably no one more important than the sound man. And I think that holds true for you guys too.
Absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about
Absolutely.
Brandon.
The sound guy is the most important guy in the band. Without him, everybody's going to sound terrible. And that's the truth. It doesn't matter if you're Brett Michaels or you're White Noise. You know, it doesn't matter. The sound man can make or break you. And our sound man is Brandon. And he works extremely hard. Very knowledgeable. All around good guy, knows what he's doing, and he brings it to us, you know.
Well, he makes a huge difference. I'm telling you. He coordinates your lights, your sounds.
Yeah, not only does he does sound, but he does lights also.
And I mean, without that, it's very lackluster. But you got to have a dedicated sound engineer. You guys got a super special.
A lot of people don't even know we have a sound guy, because you know he's walking around with his iPad in his hand and running sound that way. But he's there, and it's obvious.
Well, that's awesome.